Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the EGFC MAAC Championship here at Atlantic City at the Showboat Hotel. Here is another rundown of the way our format works here. It is a best of five, really, between all of these players. We played through all 5 sets in this very first round. You get a point for every stock you have remaining at the end of each game, and if you win your individual set, you get a bonus 2 points. So the points can get a little funky at times, but it is a very close and fun format to watch here. My name is Soy, and this is Kilo Miles joining us for the rest of the day, and we are getting ready for our second match of the day between Iona and Manhattan, a rivalry renewed between these two schools.
Yeah, right now, this is not an offline set they are unfamiliar with. I guarantee you these two schools are battling it out because I'm telling you, the colleges near me, and when I say an hour away, they do in-person practices. So these two rivals are definitely at each other's throats all the time.
These two schools literally 15 minutes away from each other by car, so we'll have to see how they play. The very first contestants here, you're seeing for the side of Iona, it's Moat. This Terry has been so good all season long, so very threatening, but Raizo Luca on this Pyra will have to find a way to respond, and they are with the Pyra switch right now, trying to find a way to take this stock. But here comes the down B, nearly able to take that first one off the board. Raizo Luca pinned to the corner here.
Ooh, yeah, that forward throw. This is the one part where you can get a lot of mileage right here, but that one down tilt is going to finish them off right there. That's all you need to confirm like that.
First stock off the board, and we'll see if Raizo Luca can find a way to answer back here. The go is on line for Moat, and we have seen Iona time and time again, in particular in the fall split. Moat was just so clean, especially when Go came online. They would get those 2 or 3 kind of neutral interactions and then find a way to seal your stock away. That was the name of the game, and there off the parry, just so much damage into the Buster Wolf. Raizo Luca has to be so careful. This Pyramithra so light, they could die to just one more hit, and there it is. The conversion is just too clean.
And now, take a look at this. They're just slowly chipping away at this. If Iona is able to get this massive lead right off the bat, a 3 stock, that is everything you could dream of and more. And on that platform, missing that tech, oh, you know that Moat is going to tear that stock out of you. 3 stocks from Moat from Iona.
And Moat with an explosive start to the game. We've talked about Iona in the past, how they love to send in their heavy hitters in first. They love to try and end things as early as possible, and that's what they're looking to try and do here, or trying to do here against Manhattan. Moat with a big 3 stock put 3 points on the board, and we said these teams should be playing each other very close. This is, after all, the 4 seed versus the 5 seed in the MAAC conference, so a massive point swing like that could be very influential down the line.
Yeah, it certainly could. It forces every single player to think twice before they go for any risky plays, because you're like, wait, I'm supposed to be making up for a 3 stock. But at the same time, that sort of mindset where you're like, okay, I have to hold back, I have to play safe, I have to play for points, that can be your detriment, because that allows people to come back on you. When you don't just stamp the life out of them right away, if you let them keep kicking because you want to keep yourself safe, that is when some big swings can come out. So we've got to keep an eye on that, as it looks like, yeah, it's going to be the same characters. And yeah, switching sides right here. Yeah, there we go. You have it all set up.
We'll have to see how these two players play. Moat, again, he is 7-4 on the season on parry. We've also seen Kazuya in the past, but as you're seeing, no switch for him in this second game. Luca, we've seen a couple different characters for him over the season, 2 and 7 so far, but the Pyramithra has been the more consistent one this season, and trying to get some work done here on Yoshi's Story, the site of game number 2. What are you looking for here for Luca to change up if they can try and cut into this lead?
Definitely looking to get some falling up airs, some up tilts. You want to get juggles going against Terry. That is, I mean, Terry's not necessarily easier to juggle than a lot of characters. Pyramithra just happens to be amazing at it. As you're going to whiff that opportunity to follow up right there. Oh, Moat playing this safe, playing this cautious. You don't want to overcommit quite yet.
Pyra nearly able to, well, land that up smash, but ooh, the catch on the side B there from Moat, that's gonna seal the stock away, and Luca dropping the first stock again, and now he'll start to work away at this extra credit here on this second stock. Remember, Pyramithra, a relatively light character, so all these neutral interactions that Moat is winning time and time again. I mean, at 87, this is kill percentage. This might be the stock. The down B is going to connect, and there it is. 2 quick stocks off the board and barely touched here. I mean, now that Go is online, you got to play very carefully. You got to find a way to take the stock here and now, Luca, if you want to mitigate the damage that's been done.
Ooh. Look at that conversion, though. Now one down tilt will be their demise, but you don't even need it. No jump on the board for Luca, and Moat from Iona College opens up this rival show match with the maximum amount of points. 8 points on the board for Iona College.
Gotta be feeling happy about that one. Woo. And Iona, I mean, they are a team that very much so, they ride momentum. You can see it on their faces. They're happy about that first game. Moat is one of the heavy hitters of this roster, and he shows up in a big way. That 8-point swing we were talking about in the very first set between Maris and Canisius, those 8-point swings, they're not going to be as, common in a format like this where the teams are so very close across the board. So now the question is, if you are Manhattan, how do you respond? It is, a game like that, that's essentially a sucker punch. That's a punch to the gut right there saying, hey, we came here to play. What do you have in the tank now?
Yeah, and you could see, oh my gosh, the momentum Iona is feeling. This is what happens. You remember how I talked about how much of a power-up it is playing with your entire team there with you at the beginning of the season? Last season, a lot of the players are playing from home. There wasn't that same fire. Then they're playing with each other. Now they're playing in person with the other team right there, standing face-to-face. It's everything you could want in terms of getting your mentality, your morale in check, but it also means it can slip away because I mean, you can see your opponent right there in front of you. You get so much more in. The emotional investment is there. You got to keep that in mind because you can't let that slip away from you. As now, checking in who's coming up, it's going to be Yaliso kid for Iona. Now, this is a character, we are very familiar with them.
Yaliso is the kind of master of many of the Mii fighters. We've seen, I think, more commonly than not that Mii Gunner seems to be their bread and butter, but we've also seen Mii Brawler make some appearances, and Mii Sword Fighter in rare occasion has stepped up in the past. Manhattan is locking in Sansma Man for their next contestant. Sansma Man is one of these players that has really stepped up for Manhattan. This was a team for Manhattan that last season was towards the bottom of the rankings overall in the EGF. They had to play, I believe, against St. Peter's in the very first round of their previous MAAC Conference Championship. But Sansma Man has really stepped up on this hero in particular. We did see Rob occasionally in a few kind of off strange matchups, but 9-2 actually so far this season. Sansma Man is a huge reason why Manhattan has had a lot of success this season in particular.
And you can see, oh my gosh, they're getting into it. And I actually love the way they have the team situated. It's not everyone off to the side. Everyone is right there watching the action with everyone else. You can tell both these players get into it. And Sansma Man, oof. This is a tough one for Yaliso. Now, Yaliso, maybe the thing they are best at better than almost anyone, is closing the distance when they are getting in. I mean, on me Gunner in particular, woo, they just zoom in. I've called them slippery. I've called them like an electric eel before, because they get in there and they will zap you. And me, oh, they're actually going for the me sword fighter. Now, less about more neutral here and more about confirms. Me sword fighter, how many confirms? Let me count the ways. You got the down tilt, you've got the tornado, you've sometimes even got some chakram setups. You've got anything you could ask for and more right here. So many ways to find a way to end their stop.
You're seeing here Manhattan, that is Sandsman on the hero, and Yaliso on the me sword fighter. So PS2 the site of game number 1. Bounce coming online is going to make things a little bit more difficult for Yaliso. I'm curious to see what the game plan is for Yaliso. Is when that bounce is online, a lot of the kick gets mitigated, but you're seeing Sandsman, he is the one in control right now. Already 116 on Yaliso. Make that the stock off the board with a quick edge guard of the forward air.
Yeah, that was so swingy, and the fact that Yaliso could never get in, gave Sandsman time to fish for these spells, fish for what they needed, and that is exactly what they needed is now. Ooh, man, safe as you can, get some nice damage off of that tornado, but no kills quite yet.
At 87.5% right now is Sandsman. Yaliso trying to work away at it, and the immediate thing I'm noticing about Sandsman, you're seeing that MP meter is very, very low. He is not afraid to burn through that meter as quickly as possible if it helps him win a neutral interaction or just pull up a quick spell such as Sizzle right there to kind of break through once again. He's playing around at these very kind of low meters, and that's something to watch for as this set continues on, because that meter, he'll have to use that in order to recover at times, and he's already at a very high percent.
Bouncing Accelerato on right now. You're a veritable wrecking ball running through Iona's defenses as Yaliso is struggling to even find one hit. Landing with that nair, it's not going to be enough. You can't find your way in. The snooze, oh my gosh, pixels away from connecting, but landing on that platform will be hard punished. Sandsman on track right now to make up for Moat's loss, but no.
First stock off the board thanks to that forward tilt from Yaliso. We'll have to see if he can find a way to battle back here. He's got a little bit of a combo going there on this second stock, but Yaliso is the one who has to make a move, has to find a way to battle back here. Starting to get something going here as now it's Sandsman who's kind of been pressed to the corner and is the one struggling to find hits here just anywhere. Yaliso doing such a good job of kind of, you know, making a lot of mileage out of the space that they're given between all these projectiles and all of these setups. Yaliso, once again, that tricky movement is starting to come online. Oh, and that's going to seal away the stock.
Yeah, they've got that little swish right there, that cape more or less, that it reflects, and it's a pretty good reflector at that. It lets you get in and call out a lot of these, but hey, here's got one of the best reflectors in the game in Bounce, so hey, you've got to learn to deal with that if you are Yaliso, and they're finding a lot of ways to confirm without using any of their projectiles.
103 right now on Yaliso, but he's brought it back to one stock apiece. And he is the one who's been finding more combos. That's an early up B, though. Is this an up throw? It's not going to take the stock quite yet. No real buffs online for Sandsman to take advantage of. 58.3, make it 65 right now on the side of Sandsman. But Yaliso has to play so careful here. Parries the up tilt. That was a huge one. And he's going to continue to work away at this stock. But at 130, feels like he's working on borrowed time. But now the rage is starting to come online for both these characters. It could be one mistake that makes the difference here. Manhattan, they need these points after that massive Moat victory. The up air's not going to land. Forward air will. He's off stage. Not a lot of MP. He gets zoomed to get back, and he nearly gets hunted down by the up air. Very tense as they battle for stage control, but the side B will connect, and that will be game one going to Sandsman.
Kazap right there, and you can see Manhattan popping off. They know that they needed that. Sandsman is one of their strongest hitters, and if they can't get any sort of handhold, then what is the rest of Manhattan gonna do? Iona, though, at the moment holding the edge in this rivalry, but a glimmer of hope, a silver lining coming out from Sansmo Man.
What a very close... I mean, this started... What a battle back from Yaliso, because Sansmo Man had control. I mean, the very first stock, he only had, what, 27-ish% by the time he took Yaliso's first stock, and then he was up almost 3-1 at that point. And Yaliso found a way to battle back and make it close. What an effort from him to just bring that back to one stock in particular. But now we get ready for game number 2. You're seeing a little bit of a character swap here. The hero still stays for the side of Sansmo Man, but now you're seeing the Mii Brawler make an appearance as we run it back to PS2.
Yeah, maybe they want more of these confirms. Mii Brawler has been on the come up recently. People finding ways to link Nair into forward smash and up air, up B. That's the thing. If you're able to string, if you're able to get a juggle, then you might just steal away this stock at ludicrous sense. And
right
down
now,
throw up B as well.
Things relatively even between these two. As the battle for stage control continues again, Kaboom going to use a lot. I like the idea there from Sansmo Man to try and get that follow-up off the hit there with the forward air, but it doesn't quite come through here. 83% on Yaliso, but he's got stage control. He's got Sansmo Man on a tricky spot here on the platform. Good grab, follow-up. The up B not going to connect. Forward throw to get him off stage. And I like the flip kick to get back as well. So the situation flipped on its head now. The zoom to get back to stage as well. Look at the percents, 0.2 separating the two of them.
Ooh. And using that B reverse flame kick, it gives you so much distance. It's an amazing burst option that can just sometimes find kills too. You gotta be wary of that as you get that roll in, but you're not in position to punish it. Unfortunate right there, as now Yaliso is off stage against an oomphed up hero, and that up tilt to finish them off.
First stock off the board for the side of Iona. It's Sansmo Man risking it all there, but won't find the marker. And now, trying to find a follow-up. Doesn't quite read the roll in with that forward smash. Yaliso trying to find a way to seal away the stock. Yaliso, again, one of the kind of heavy hitters of Iona. One of the players that you have to watch out for because of these Mii fighters, how well they have, had a season of on these characters in particular, the waves that they've made in this scene. It would be a shock to see them fall, but here they are, evening things back up with that edge guard.
Well, yeah, Sansmo Man is definitely starting to come into their own now. Here, they're getting so many openings. They got Psych up online too. Hey, heal, why not 0%? You don't need any of that chip damage.
66 right now on Yaliso, and now it's up to 100. The damage this hero can put out in just a few moves is incredible.
My word. Getting so much as they get the down throw right there. Not much more than that, however. So much good pressure thus far. Looking for a nice back air to get them off stage. That is where maybe Mii Gunner can get a little, or Mii Brawler can get a little more mileage. But on the platform is also a nice spot. Looking for that up tilt. That up tilt can lead to some wonderful things, Soy.
Heal also being used there by Sansmo Man. Kind of an awkward trade there, but all these trades are going to go into Sansmo Man's favor as he charges up that neutral B. Now, with stage control, it's Yaliso, but only for a moment, and there's that up tilt you were looking for. Finally pulls the trigger on it, and just the edge of it connects, but it's enough to take that stock off the board.
Fast followers love to be jumping all the time, using their pretty much unreactable short hop to great effect. However, you can call it out with anti-airs like up air, like up tilt, all the time. Here is up tilt, probably one of their better moves for just calling out. It looks like an up smash. And it hits like one too.
With the distance that it covers, absolutely. That neutral B connects, and that's 62 right now on Yaliso. Sansmo Man in decent control, but he is at 124, and the string connects into the up B, and just like that, it's a dead even game. 62% right now on Yaliso, but with the combos starting to come online, the momentum is starting to shift, and Sandsman has to play very careful right now.
That is exactly what I was talking about. But, are you kidding me? Up B out of shield into up tilt? Oh my word. What a call out right there from Sandsman. Beautiful stuff right there. Absolute artistry.
That was incredible, out of seemingly nowhere, and yeah, Sandsman knows. Look at that head nod. He knows he got away with one, and that was well done right there. That was such a clean call out too. The up B at a shield, you know, typically we see that as just kind of a neutral breaker, right? Just get off of me, get away, whatever. The fact that he was able to follow it up into that up tilt, they both were able to get to that platform in time. What an incredible read by Sandsman.
That was, oh my gosh. I'm still popping off over that. And obviously we saw some great confirms from Yaliso too. That right there, oh, textbook right there. That is exactly, that's the diagram right there. But what? Up B out of shield. Like, again, like you said, it's just a combo breaker. That's what they use it for all the time. So the fact that you're able to link that together, you're opening up new pathways, new combo trees in my mind, Sandsman, as they were definitely aware of that, ready. Amazing stuff right there. As you can see, Yaliso Iona getting ready to try and fire back. As fire as that performance was, Iona still has double the points of that.
Yeah, it was a very close game there between those two, and so it is only, you know, a 4-point swing towards Manhattan, and that makes the scoreline 8-4. So a minimum victory here for Manhattan would tie things back up, but the players have been locked in. You're seeing them sit down. It is Chef versus Sam. Chef, we saw a little bit more recently this season, hasn't seen the spotlight as much, or at least for that fall split, really making an appearance in the spring split overall. Chef is 0-2 so far, and he has played Hero and Roy mostly in his appearances. On the flip side of that, you're seeing Sam, who is another kind of standout player for this Manhattan roster. Sam, mostly playing Captain Falcon. We've seen Ness on the occasional kind of switch up, but 5-6, this is a big season for Sam, and a critical moment for the Manhattan Jaspers.
Oh yeah, I feel like this is a possibility. I mean, Sam, I'm scared to make calls. I'm scared, I'm terrified, because the amount of players we have seen today already halfway through the second game, and we've already seen players who offline are different animals. They're like different species. They're coming out here looking like predators, ready to demolish anyone who gets in their path. I can't believe this is that. I don't trust it. That's like a deceptive camouflage on a venomous creature. Like, you see that 0-2 and you're like, oh yeah, easy win. I don't believe them.
There is absolutely a reason why these teams send in the players that they do. I mean, even if they have some struggles online, this is LAN. This is a different feel. You are on stage. The spotlight is on you in moments like this. Chef locking in the Roy for game number 1, and Sam on this Captain Falcon. When Sam has won, he has won big, a very much so a momentum player. Just like Captain Falcon. We'll see if he can get anything done here against Chef. Right now, Chef is the one taking advantage. Look at this early percent lead that he's made for himself. A quick 51-62, and he's still untouched.
And I love the way that they're mixing up these landing aerials. They're not always going for the same one every time. I like that, though. Manhattan. Sam, able to just slow things down for the time being. They don't want to overcommit, but now Chef once again pressuring you in the corner, missing that one. The back air off of the jab, the jair, but overcommitting on that edge guard a little bit. An opportunity for Sam, and they're going to run with it. Up air is starting out. Oh, missing that tech chase, but you're able to extend the combo. 61% already. This could just be it. The turnaround. One overcommittal off stage. Is that all it takes to get a stock for Sam?
quickly evened back up to 100 apiece. The down tilt to get Roy off stage, and that's going to do it. He wasn't ready for that DI. The DI of the down tilt taking the stock there. Kind of an awkward one, but one that Sam will take. So stock number 1 off the board, and he's already working away at the second one. And these are two characters that really kind of thrive on this fast-paced type of matchup. And now you're seeing Sam pressuring off stage once again with those down airs, following through. It's nearly being able to allow Sam to lap in percent. There it is, 123 on Chef. How does he find a way to answer back here? He's got so many quick kill options, but so does Sam. It is punch for punch, but Sam is the one landing more of them right now. Off stage, the side B to help him get back, but it's not going to take the stock quite yet. Dash attack nearly finding a way to kill off the top as well. Sam early up B won't get punished by the up air, and the falling back air will seal the deal. It's 3-1 in Sam's favor.
Yeah, and right now you can see, missing that spike, but Sam is looking on fire, quite literally, with all their liberal use of Raptor Boost and Falcon Kick as whiff punishes. You can react to anything unsafe Roy does and just throw that out from pretty much like half a stage away, and sometimes we'll find the punish. However, the up air shield will be enough to finish off that stock.
First stock off the board there, and Chef now trying to work away at this second stock of Sam. Has him on the platform too. Landing that strong hit of up air was nice, but now Sam's turn to try and get a combo going of his own. Now it's reversed once again. Chef, the follow-up, but it's quickly turned around. These two, it feels like they want to get the full extension of their combo, but they just can't quite pull the trigger on maybe the third or fourth hit of it, and so it is just punch for punch. The percent's quickly starting to rack up here. 95 on Sam. He's got to be careful here, otherwise this could end up in a last stock scenario here, and a 2-point swing for Iona could be massive. And that's why that forward air is so clutch. The edge guard comes through once again, and we're down to the last stock.
Chef cleaning things up after all of that, after they were down. Could this be a reverse 3-stock soy? As already, look at this, Chef, they see that up smash, but it's safe enough that Sam is able to get the shield out. Back air sends them off stage, though. They went for the spike right there, but the early up B saved them. The Falcon Kick off the top. Sam finishes off Chef and gets even more points on the board for Manhattan. It's looking like this comeback is possible.
At first point on the board for the side of Sam here in set number 3 between these two. A critical one at that. They put themselves one game closer to getting that bonus point for winning the set, but this was not an easy one. Like you saw, Chef, even though he was down 3-1, started to bring that back and got Sam to those kind of middle-ish percents, and Roy with all that rage can be very dangerous. Curious to see. Looks like Kalos is being locked in, and I don't expect to see a character swap the way things went in that very first game, and you're seeing them locked in again. What does Chef have to do differently to answer back here in this second game?
Honestly, I don't want to harp on one mistake, but little overcommitments at this level, you give up stage control to go for an aggressive edge guard and you miss, you just die. And that's not to say you don't need to do that. An aggressive edge guard is what Chef did to get that last stock scenario, but they need a little more than that, as now they're off stage. Look for this. The jab resets the situation.
Gonna get some percent on the board with that quick sword dance there, the side B, and now not going to be able to get a quick follow-up. And again, you pointed it out, Sam, the liberal usage of those side Bs and down Bs as kind of neutral breakers has been critical for Sam's success so far. We'll have to see if that comes to fruition once again. It's how he ended game number 1, and he really wants that spike, but these early up Bs from Chef are just barely beating out that down air.
Yes. Calling out that jump right there with the back air. Chef in the lead to start out for Iona. Right away, they're trying to stop Manhattan from, at the very least, tying this up. But if they even get 1-2 stock, it's not tied up, it's a lead. As there, the Nair train's coming out. Falcon able to just jump out of it for now.
able to snap back to the ledge, but I love the up B coverage. Realizes the get-up attack is not going to hit, and the quick punish and answer there from Sam. Things back to even here on this stock. No clean follow-ups there, wanted the up B, and now a dangerous spot for Chef to be in. Where does he go from here? Finds the Nair. He won't be able to get much done off of that. This neutral game, it is really just who lands the first hit, who lands their combo starter first, and then just follow up from there, kind of autopilot almost. Those up airs, very dangerous, but not much off of it. Wanted the roll read on the forward smash, but it doesn't land.
They're setting up these tech traps with the jab, bouncing them up, and then they go for a tech, and they're ready with the F smash. One right guess is all you need for a stock at literally 60 in the right spot on stage. As heavy as Captain Falcon is, Roy's tipper spot is even more powerful.
Chef has not been afraid to pull the trigger on some of these early up Bs, and I think Sam is starting to catch the read on the way Chef wants to drift after that up B doesn't connect. But with the edge guard here, that back air was so clean from Chef, and just like that, he grabs the lead, and it's quickly answered right back. The down smash to put it on the last stock scenario here on Kalos.
As good as Sam is, massive improvements from Chef right now. I mean, just look at how they're playing. Oh, that falling up air, that could have been the start of a huge combo, as already there's one hit, and one of these players is taking 60. But the counter hit right there with the Nair right out of there, and already, ooh, this reversal, hey, like I said, one hit and 60.
Both very combo-heavy characters. This could be a big follow-up. Gets the up B. That's a good chunk of damage on the board, but this Nair doing so much work for Chef, and just the forward smash will do it, and Iona answers right back.
1-1 right now, well earned, well deserved, and I cannot believe on that counter pick right there, it looks like Chef is making waves. However, it's going to be Sam's turn to choose now. Sam had a lot of good stuff. I love the callouts right there. Understanding that the shield is one of the favorite options off ledge, so they just go for that up B. But one thing I want to call out is how Chef isn't overcommitting off stage anymore. Like when they grab ledge and drop down back air, that is not an overcommitment. When they run off for a drop zone fair, that kind of is. Because at this level, everyone's pretty much avoiding the drop zone if they can, which is that stage right run off, like when you run off stage and throw out a fair, that is the drop zone. It's where you drop off of the ledge.
We'll have to see. I mean, this is, again, such a close battle between these two. And, I mean, aside from that very first game where Moat got that critical 3 stock, it has been back and forth across the board. And that really is the test of a format like this. The depth of your roster across the board. Can it keep itself together? And the depth of the roster right now for both these teams being tested. Sam here on Town and City trying to fight this comeback here for Manhattan after Iona got the early lead. They got that point on the board as well after that second game. Once again, this neutral, it is just who lands the first combo starter.
Yeah, as dead even right now. One exchange is going to put you off stage, and off stage could just mean death in this matchup. But a nice little thing. The backflip from Captain Falcon's jump animation actually saved them from that forward air, and now you're able to get the Nair. Where are you going from here? Landing back air. You're ready with the tech chase.
Gotta be very careful there. Gets the grab as Sam trying to get a follow-up here. And you can tell Sam, he's been wanting that spike since game number 1. He hasn't been able to really go off stage yet and challenge Chef. Chef going for the down air, gets punished. That's going to be the back throw. And Sam is the first to strike in game number 3.
Yeah, it's like, come hither, my friend. As now they get the Nair extension, calling out these landings with the Raptor boost. They try and read for the E, but they're ready with the Nair as well, and the spike! Finishing off that stock. Chef down 3 stocks to 1. We've seen them come back before, but look at this momentum from Sam. They're not letting up.
This is the danger of every Captain Falcon. Once they get going, it is hard to slow down. He's got him off stage again. Does he want the spike? Yes, he does, but he ends up doing it on stage. So now Sam, he's at 100%. A 3-stock reversal here could be massive, could mitigate a lot of the work that Moat did in that very first set. Sam playing very carefully, playing very dangerously as well around these edges. Gets the uppie. Not going to take the stock quite yet. Chef trying to get something on the board. Jabs on shield, won't do it. The up smash, pull the trigger on it, but the forward tilt will get stock number 1 off the board, but he's working on borrowed time here at 118.
Oh, I'm so terrified right now for Chef. Literally one mistake and you're dead, but you're able to maybe get something going if you get them off stage. Good weight on that tech chase, but missing the grab is the only opening that Sam needs. The fist bump right there, and Iona College maintains their lead over Manhattan.
A 2-stock victory there, so just enough to hold on to that lead, but it is still a very close game. Anyone's really. It is up for grabs, as that is set number 3 done and dusted, and what a close one it was, but really the difference maker, I think, was that second stock. Sam came alive, halfway through that game. He gets the first stock, and that second stock, he is practically untouched getting that combo, and then I believe he takes Chef's jump, which is why this edge guard made it look so easy for Sam.
Yeah, overall, so I'm grinning like a kid on Christmas. That was just a treat to watch. Both these players swinging away, and Chef, I thought for a moment, they're so explosive as a player that when they got that one tech chase, I thought it might have been maybe an opportunity for a comeback, but no, one whiff grab is all you need. Offline, any mistake is punished so hard. The landings are caught, the whiffs are punished, and it is no holds barred, throwing hands all day long, and I can't wait to see what else these two rivals have to throw at each other.
It is so much fun to watch a match like that. Those characters in particular are just so fast-paced. When you have very combo-heavy characters on a LAN environment, it is just so exciting, so explosive to watch. Sam getting the victory in that third set makes this one anyone's game. We're getting word about the players who are being locked in right now. Manhattan is sending in Crimson in this 4th round to go up against Iona's Jackbox. And Jackbox is a player for the side of Iona that we really didn't see a whole lot of in the fall split, but in the spring split, they've been mostly rocking the Pyramithra 1 and 3 this season, but their Pyramithra, it is certainly one to behold. It's very much so, I think, one that is similar to the Captain Falcon, where once they get going, they are hard to slow down. But if you can take the first stock off them, it does wonders for your momentum as a player to put them on the back foot. So the first stock, I think, a very key, impactful moment for Jackboss. On the opposite side of that, Crimson is a player who we've seen kind of go through a gauntlet of characters, but most commonly the Kirby has been seen. We'll have to see if that is going to be the case in this match in particular. Again, here's another look at our format just to remind you all, you get points for however many stocks you have remaining at the end of each game, and if your team's player wins their set, you get a bonus 2 points, which is why for the next 2 sets it is really anyone's game, but every single stock matters. That is the key in this format.
Yeah, after that win right there, Sam has got to be feeling good, has got to be feeling clean after beating out Chef like that. However, now Iona, they're coming in, trying to answer, and no Kirby to be found. This is top tiers only, top tier privilege, as Crimson is going to be rocking the Palutena against Iona.
A dead even game. The Palutena opted for here by Crimson, and that is the Pyramithra for Jackboss. Jackboss will have to see what they can do here. Again, on the few performances they've had, if they get shut down early, it's been a hard road for them. So right now, the fact that they're off to an early lead is a good sign, because Manhattan right now, Crimson, he is a player who is a tested veteran of the scene, and this Palutena seems to be struggling so far to really get those classic combos that we've seen.
Yeah, as trying to go in with these forward airs right here. The landing nair is going to be Mythra's probably best poke tool, and probably nair is also one of Palu's. I feel like in particular though, the forward air and back air are so good against Mythra in particular, because you need to be able to contest with those disjoints in the air.
Gotta play carefully here around center stage. Mythra, again, the faster of the two, the one that is meant for racking up all of this damage, and now the switch to Pyra, trying to find a way to take this stock off the board. 93 on this Palutena at the moment. Will be able to shield that up tilt, or no follow-up there. Side B, that actually ends up clipping just the last hitbox of it. Connects the neutral B, pulling him in, but not going to be enough to break that shield. Side B will also land, but that won't take the stock quite yet still. There's going to be the backer, I believe, but it won't get the job done. And so many hits from Jackboss connecting. Finally one able to take the stock.
Ooh. Using that to escape that possible hit. And now, with this clean stock lead, you can see Iona, they want to get a lead in points again. Based off the way that Jackboss is playing, it feels so hard for Crimson to really get a killing hit in. Like, they're able to get some stray hits, some projectiles. However, it just elusive. That's how I would describe Jackboss right now. But they always slip away and slip back in for an aerial right afterwards.
Trying to find a way back to stage. They are able to do so. Oh, I thought that was going to be a neutral get up, but that roll was clutch. Jackboss trying to get the edge guard, won't be able to do so, and it's reversed onto him. The forward tilt from Palutena seals away that first stock.
Yeah, forced to uppy like that. Oh, you know those lingering two-frame options from Palutena are going to catch you every day of the week. As now, the Flame Nova sends you off towards the side. An opportunity for a finisher right here. One correct move on the ledge, but they go for the grab instead. And the low lag at the end of the teleport is able to get you back into distance. Crimson not out of this one quite yet. Down there right here. What do you get?
Not much is the answer, as that side B nearly takes their stock. There's the back air, sealing it away from Pyra, and now 2-1. Jackboss has the lead, and the one thing I'm noting is that a couple of times when we see Pyra come online, they land with that Flame Nova numerous times, and Crimson hasn't necessarily gotten a clean punish off of it. Maybe worried about the amount of shield pressure that move does. They're going to have to find a way to answer back here. Still at a very low percent on this stock, and they've got Jackboss up to a relatively high percent, but these strong hitboxes just nowhere to be seen so far.
Yeah, I'm loving these little strings. There's little 3 hits, but Crimson is always the one in disadvantage. Actually meant punish that anti-air up tilt. That's not something you usually see punished from the air. Amazing timing right here from Jackboss, as now you get the opportunity for a juggle, punishing hard. That's probably the hardest punish you could have gotten off of that forward smash. Now they're at kill percent at ledge against Pyra, not anywhere any character in the game wants to be.
Oh, the down air nearly taking the stock. That move is so... It is something else. So powerful, so much distance, so much coverage, and it takes game 1 for Jackboss.
Yeah, and here in this game 4 tied up, this is about as close as an EGF can get. There's not really an unwinnable situation right here if you are, either team. And based on the fact that Jackboss is able to get an initial lead, very good sign for Iona.
Jackboss is going to be, again, a massive factor for this Iona roster. We talked about it. Some of the players for Iona that, the way they play this format, they like to send in the guys with the winning record in first. And then they trust the depth of their lineup to get the job done. Jackboss is part of that depth, and he is showing why. He has the talent, and now we're going to see if he can get it done here against Crimson. Crimson might be opting for that Kirby switch. It would be an interesting one at that. Looks like they'll be picking Kalos as their next stage here for game number 2. A critical moment for the side of Manhattan. Can they find a way to answer back, or will Iona be able to take this 4th set?
Now, Kirby, actually a tremendous ground game. A lot of people don't give them credit for it. You know who else has an amazing ground and tilt game? Mythra. So this is going to be tough because one of Kirby's biggest strengths is matched blow for blow by this top tier. As you get that landing there, you get the opportunity, but already Crimson does hold the lead on their main.
73, and the one thing that I think is always surprising, Kirby, obviously known for being a very light character, has a very good recovery because of all the jumps they have, but Kirby surprisingly hits like a truck. You're seeing just a few hits can easily rack up percent, and all of their smash attacks can kill so early. If Crimson can get those 2 or 3 openings, similar to almost Moat with the Terry, you win your 2 or 3 neutral interactions and you land one strong hit, that's all you need to do to seal away the stock.
Yeah, as now, oof. I'm terrified on behalf of these players because either one of them with the right win could kill, but that early up B is going to be punished by that disjointed side B. I mean, that projectile is so tough for so many players to deal with as now Crimson dashing around, dashing back. The Nair going to send you off stage. How do you get this edge guard going down? No, you're not going to interrupt Mythra like that.
Switch back to Mythra now. Without Pyra online, it's going to be a lot more difficult to get that stock off the board. Pyra now out. Forward tilt not going to land. The punish, no. The forward air lands on Crimson. The switch back to Mythra. Hard to recover with this character, but they will be able to do so, but for only a moment. Can't get back to stage. The up air seals the deal.
Oh, and that down air, that could mean big things, but good DI out. Most people on the edge don't DI out like that. They're scared, but the awareness right there from Jackboz.
Ooh, that's the Flame Nova, and that's the Jackboz special. The landing Flame Nova seems to be their signature, and it gets the job done there on that very first stock. Now, trading a couple of hits here on this second stock, but it is Crimson, the one coming out the better for it. 53 right now on Jackboz, and Jackboz hasn't been able to string together many hits in this set in particular. Crimson being very hard to track down right now.
Yeah, they're so tricky. Kirby playing liberally around the shore hop, around the crouch is so difficult for most characters, even with swords, even with disjoints to handle, as now there is a slight lead going towards Crimson once again. Goes for that down B. Optimistic right there, but it gives stage control back to them. Landing Flame Nova, you called it out. The Jackboz special. They go for it again, but the shield pressure isn't enough. A clean up smash right there. A nice punish. And they go for it again! Oh no! This habit is being called out hard by Crimson. 2 big punishes in a row. Jackboz has to adapt.
That was a hard call out too, because that neutral B comes out and he's frames away from landing it, but the back air just beats it out just in time, and now Crimson is the one in the lead. 102. Kirby is on the very light side of the cast, so Pyra can certainly take the stock early, but they have to find a way to get the job done here. The down air, just enough power on it to get that stock off the board. 40% right now. This is not out of the realm of possibility by any means, but they're eating a lot of damage. They can't find a way to land. Finally, they get the tech, and this will allow them to get their jump back and make it back to stage. How do they answer back here? 2 characters that can have a lot of combo game. That up smash is going to be very threatening very soon. Pyra and Mythra on the lighter side. This is a very dangerous spot for Jackboz.
Oh, now the strings come in. Oh, going straight to Pyra. You want to be able to get this stock as early as possible. You want to rack up this damage as now. Ooh, outranging Kirby at every turn. The short, stubby limbs of the Puffball are too short to even lay a finger on the Aegis. But fighting fire with that dash attack opens up the defense once again. Down smash not going to be punished.
At this percent, really any strong hit from either player could do it. They're both so light. This could be it. Grab? Is this going to be? Nope, it's going to be the down throw. Just get more percent on the board. just trying to ensure that the next opening they find will be that stock, but they're running out of time. Those disjoints from Pyro and Mithra are going to be so dangerous. Has to shield all the side B, but it shield pokes, and so Crimson lands dangerously on the platform, nearly gets punished. That up B also gonna get countered out by that side B. Look at the percents right now. Another strong hit should be able to do the trick. Side B, that won't take the stocks quite yet.
Again.
High ceiling of Kalos helping them survive. Crimson trying to find a way back. The range projectiles just continue to train, and it goes in Jackbaw's favor. They take the 4th set.
Oh no, they couldn't get through. Blazing Edge every single time. Oh, and after the momentum that that Crimson had, the fact that Jackbaw's was able to clutch that out with the more consistent game plan. Sure, it was simplistic. I won't call it the most big brain strat I've ever seen, but you need a simplistic game plan in order to close out these stressful situations, because when you're in these nail biters, you're going to forget all of your tight execution, all of your reads, and you need your autopilot to be godlike, and that is what Jackbaw's brought to the table. That's what helped get them that win, and that's what gives Iona another lead.
And a 5-point lead headed into the last set is a massive one, a huge victory for Jackbaw's. A critical moment. Iona, the last time they played Manhattan, they only ended up taking 1 set against the Jaspers, and it was Moat who got that 1 set victory. Other than that, Manhattan, they won 4 out of 5 sets, and the scoreboard says that they started to run away with it. The fact that Jackbaw's is able to answer back here, get this win against Crimson, it deals a massive blow to Manhattan, because now that 5-point lead, now if you are Manhattan, you have to win by at least 5 points to give yourself a chance in this one. It's the minimum, margin will not cut it. They have to get at least 1-2 stock on the board somewhere in this set, and that's assuming that they don't drop a game along the line in there somewhere. We'll have to see. Players are being locked in. It is going to be Rat King for the side of Iona versus Cross. Rat King, one of the, I essentially call him the king of the low tiers here in the MAAC. We've seen Little Mac, we've seen King K. Rool in the past, we've seen Bowser Jr. as well. Cross almost exclusively going with the Robin, a very different style of matchup, and I'm curious to see where they go from here.
Rat King, one of the more mysterious players in all of the EGF for me, because I look at them, no offense, Rat King, I know you're probably listening right now. I look at Rat King and I'm like, there's no way they're winning this, right? Right? And then Rat King comes in and they just win. They are one of the most consistent players in the whole league, and it never feels like it. Meanwhile, Cross, also one of the more consistent, but it definitely feels like they deserve that consistency. As you can see, Manhattan cheering on their last champion. One last chance to stay in this, beat their rivals in Iona. Iona trying to hold on to this lead.
The battle for New York between these two, it is going to be Cross versus Rat King. Rat King, we're curious to see which champion he ends up picking here. Which character? Will it be that Little Mac that's been kind of the tried and true of the season? Or maybe because he knows he'll likely be going up against a Robin, do you see maybe the King K. Rool? Maybe the Bowser Jr.? We don't know. It is going to be the Little Mac, as you're seeing locked in, and Cross on the Robin. Battlefield, the site of game number 1. Remember, it all really comes down to this. Manhattan and Iona for one final time.
Oh my gosh. I'm terrified for Rat King, because again, I look at this and I'm like, there's no way they win this, right? But huge developments in the Little Mac meta as of late, and you can see, oh my gosh, they're dash dancing all around. They're trying to mix up this movement because all they need is one opening, and they already have the lead. One read at ledge, and this could be racking out. They just go in right in with the forward tilt. Usually, Little Macs retreat after whiffing a smash attack like that, but no, they are a different beast, the Rat King. Oh! Straight underneath the projectile for the uppercut? What?
Rat King is insane. That was such a hard call out. And I was going to say, that's the one thing about Little Mac, is that while this character, you feel like they are always beatable because of their lack of recovery, their on-stage game just makes them so threatening. And because of that KO punch, they are often the ones in control of the pace of the matchup with all their armor, all of their moves, but you get them on ledge, and what do Robins do best? They find a way to ledge trap and take the stock and answer right back.
And now look at this, just cleaving through this percentage. Already, Cross is showing why they are considered as one of the better anchors right here, as they're getting so much mileage, playing around these projectiles, making it nearly impossible for you to find a one approach, but one approach is all they need, and that Miss Nosferatu, that optimistic attempt at a command grab, that is all Rat King might need, as they're keeping Cross in disadvantage, but the disjoints are too much for Little Mac to handle for the time being.
KO punch is also almost online for the side of Rat King, and you know that's got to be in the back of Cross's mind, but that should be it. The edge guard is just too clean. Not enough options in the tank there, and on the last stock is Rat King. Manhattan right now in the lead, and Cross, there's the classic Robin combo with all of those side Bs linking up. 43 onto this Little Mac. Rat King has to make a move, and he's got to make it now.
Oh. Now, a situation up above Little Mac. Oh, I thought that might have been an overcommitment with that up B, but good slipping through that platform. Oh, they went for it all with that smash attack, but now Levin Sword is offline. An opportunity for Little Mac to go in there and scrap as you have them at ledge. Again, this is where we've seen Rat King get some stocks, KO punch online, and you know Cross is scared of it, but that is it, no jump! And because of that, Cross is going to get the initial lead right here. If they win with one stock, Soy, one stock, that's all they need.
My goodness, between these two, it is something else to watch. And Cross, the lack of fear he has right now, I think, I mean, maybe he's got some nerves on stage, but when KO punches online and when Little Mac, you know, when you hear that bell ring, it clicks in every player's mind that, oh no, I could die in one move. And he got hit by it for the very first stock. But then Cross just calmed down, found his openings, and executed perfectly. The second Rat King was off stage, you saw those high recoveries get sniped every single time, and that allowed Cross to get the 2-stock victory in game number 1.
Yeah. And the arc fires, for many Robins, they are their primary neutral tool. It's not all Cross relies on, but you know they are an expert in wielding them. As you can see, the game is starting now. Where do you go from here? What else can you bring to the table? You know Rat King. Oh, they want to close the distance. And this I like. There's not a lot of room to escape Rat King's clutches right here on Smashville.
Not a lot of space to work with, as you said. But it is worth noting that for the side of Iona, you know, if they don't find a way to, you know, mitigate this stock, this is really anyone's game. Say Cross wins by 2 stocks, that is it. The game will be, the set will be overdone and dusted. If it is a 1-stock victory for Cross, we could be headed to an overtime between these two. But every scenario is on the line here. KO punch, though, is offline after that sequence, so that's all that kill power off the board. But as I say it, he armors through and nearly finds a way to take the stock. Down smash won't land, neither will that forward smash. And the falling up air from Cross takes the first stock.
Beautiful stuff so far from Cross, but this battle is far from over. As you can see, even with the projectiles controlling the ground game, Cross is still giving a lot of respect. Respect you need to give Rat King, because otherwise, they are just going to obliterate you. As, oh, up smash in the wrong direction, but counter, it closes the distance, gets you in past the projectiles.
We had not seen that counter use all of game number 1. Love to see it used here in game number 2. KO Punch online. Does Rat King burn it on this stock, or does he try and hold on to it? No, he just wants that stock off the board. The momentum carries him off stage, but he'll be able to make it back. So 1 stock down, 2 more to go for Rat King. But look at him at 91%. Has to do so much weaving and dodging around all of these projectiles. And the high recovery gets sniped again. It's 2-1 in Manhattan's favor.
Yeah, Cross is winning these in the key moments where Little Mac is close to ledge. You catch it with an arc fire, dead. You read their jump, they're dead. You read their side B, they're dead because you have disjoints. Cross is playing this perfectly right now for Manhattan. Oh.
This stock means everything for both schools right now. Rat King knows the pressure is on. He has to get at least this stock to force an overtime if he does not win this match. And Cross knows if he can take this stock without dropping his own, then he gets the victory for the Jaspers, and they'll be on to the next round. They'll get their first ever playoff victory. KO punches online, though. This could be it. Pulls the trigger, but it misses. And now at 74%, he has to play so careful once again. Forward tilt, maybe gonna try and snipe this recovery. Doesn't catch him on the landing back to stage. Pulls the trigger,
the up smash,
doesn't get
the grab whips. And now the up B, that's not gonna do it. No, they're gonna survive even still. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Soy at ledge, now Wrecking, dashing back. Oh, they need this stock, they need it bad. But one good read from Cross, the forward smash. And just like that, even if Cross wins this, we're going to overtime.
Cross has to win it though, and the air dodge doesn't get him there, and that is the stock. And that means it is a 1-point victory. The set goes to Manhattan, and ladies and gentlemen, we're going to our first ever playoff overtime.
Oh my gosh. 1-point playoff overtime. Soy, it doesn't get any more hype than this. And not only that, these two teams are rivals. We called it before, 15 minutes away. This is certainly not the first time. We can't even say, oh, Cross doesn't know, or Little Mac doesn't know how to blah, blah, blah. No! This is a tried and tested matchup. These two teams, you know they have scrapped at every possible opportunity. And now, here on the big... what all that practice is built up to, all this online has built up to, who's moving on, who's going home, who's gonna have an L on their back for the entire rest of the EGF. It's all decided right here in this overtime game.
It all comes down to this overtime matchup, and I believe the rules for overtime is that in general, in the regular season, it was, pick your best player and have them play out one extra set, and I believe that is the rules for this playoff format in particular, but we're still waiting to get verification on that. At the moment, things as they are, things are all tied up between these two, and I think this is more or less what we expected from these two schools. These are two teams that they are really kind of the punch for punch type of schools. Manhattan coming into this, matchup 6-3, they are the kind of Philadelphia Eagles of the MAAC, where they, beat all of the teams that had a lower record than them, but lost to all the teams with a higher record. And Iona was one of those teams that they were able to beat in the past. But here is Iona, this kind of underdog dark horse, joined this season, and they have made waves with the characters that they play, with their play styles in particular. It has just been so exciting to watch between these two schools.
I can't fathom what is even going to happen right here. Iona College, who do they even pick? I don't even know who you open with right here. I'm trying to recognize them by their face, but hey, even with all the interviews we've done, it's an online league for a reason. I can't recognize, but either way, we're going to get to see soon enough, and this is going to be so hyped. It's going to be Moat and Cross coming in. Moat, I call out, is one of the most consistent players, especially on the FGC characters in the entire league. Yeah, throw up that peace sign. You're gonna need peace. You're gonna need to breathe, as your tag says, because you can't let the hype overcome you. You need to play this clean. You need to get your clean conversions like you always do.
The spotlight is on Moat versus Cross for the final set between these two players. Cross is the Robin that you just saw moments ago get that 5-point victory over Rat King, but now they have to go up against the heaviest of hitters in Iona's roster. Moat has been money for the Gales all season long, and against this, Robin player, we'll have to see how this plays out. Curious to see what stages they go to and how Cross changes up their game plan, because I feel like in some cases it's similar in that the pace of the game is going to be controlled by Moat, but also you get touched once, it's going to be a ton of percentage going against you. So Cross is going to have to play extremely careful. He's also got to manage all of those spells in all of the various books. That Levin sword, ever important to manage. All those projectiles are going to be something else for Moat to weave around. What will be the difference maker in this set? We are about to find out. Overtime is underway in Atlantic City. Iona and Manhattan, winner of this set, is on to the semifinals.
Right away with the crack shoot, they open up in a big way, get some nice damage. Terry loves this. Terry wins games in 3 interactions, but Cross might just need just one as they get the crack shoot off stage. Dead even right now. Terry with advantage on the stage, still able to, they back off. You respect Cross in the corner, and the spot dodge actually gets you through that. Ooh, I wasn't expecting that one.
92-60 right now in percentage, and Iona is the one in the lead, but the edge guard attempt here from Cross, that's going to cross him up, that's going to be enough to do it, that's going to be the first stock off the board. Iona will drop there first, but that is a huge amount of potential off the board. The fact that Go could have been online as well for the side of Moat, that gets mitigated, and Cross only at 92 should be able to survive. But that being said, only one more hit should do it for Moat off of that side beat.
Sweeping through them just like that. Where do you go from here? How do you find this confirmed? Going towards the ledge, maybe hoping for a down tilt into a burning knuckle or something, but no, instead these Dish are the bane of Moat's existence, but they played around this before. Going for that power geyser, going for that hard read on the platform movement, but no, they're staying right in the corner until, well, they're not doing okay there.
Talk answered back here, and now Moat is the one pressed to the corner. 156, the ledge trapping game of Robin, ever important. But look at the quick get up there. Just the quick power geyser to get back to stage. But that back air of the Levin sword should do the trick. And now it's Moat on his last stock here. 53, make it 85 off of that quick interaction. Just every combo from Terry so threatening, but now he's off stage. How does he recover? Opts to recover high. He's getting juggled for it. 63. They make it 77 as the Nair connects, and now all this shield pressure coming through.
Gosh, I don't even know what to say, Soy. This is getting so dicey for Moat, and after Iona had a lead, Manhattan managed to claw it back, and even though Rat King clutched enough to get you to overtime, now it's all down to Moat. Moat is now, they have the go. This comeback mechanic, the Buster Wolf misses though, even more damage being racked up. You need to pretty much perfectly win this out flawlessly, otherwise you're going to be on your last tournament life.
Nair gonna land. 144, dangerous air dodge, but he makes it back. The up smash doesn't connect. Nether will the forward smash. The side B, quick to respond, and the stock is off the board. Last stock scenario, but Moat is at 159. He has to play near perfect, has to avoid these side Bs. He does for the moment, but it's not enough. The spray just continues. Line him up and knock him down. Game 1 going to Cross.
Cross looking so consistent right now. You can see they're popping off, and this is a best of 3. You gotta remember, they're getting ready. They're doing everything they can to stabilize their mentality. You can see Moat, they know that they are getting so close. It's so close. It's within touch, because I will tell you, Terry at 140 versus a 0% opponent, that might just be even. That is literally 2 interactions to win it out, but the ledge trapping was just too much for them that time. Gotta take a deep breath, breathe, because you're getting through this. You can bring this to a game 1, but oh my gosh, the way Cross is playing right now, after being warmed up on the likes of Rat King, they are looking like a different beast.
It's something else too because of just the change of pace. You go from playing against that Little Mac, that other, brawler, scrapper type of character, to a Terry that is a little bit more consistent with the damage that they can output. It is so terrifying to go against, but Cross is getting the job done. Small battlefield, the site of game number 2, and Iona's playoff life is on the line here and now. They have to find a way to take this game, otherwise they are done. And Manhattan, they are just one game away from moving on to the next round, and between these two, the percent's very even off the start.
And even more out after you get that Nosferatu lifesteal. Cross now in position to maybe, completely even. They've taken the lead after a great opening from Moat. And now the ledge trap. Can Moat get this out? One down to that ledge. There's going to be a regrab right here. Going in to pressure the shield. They've read the roll in. Nice awareness from Moat, but an overcommitment on that up B. That could be it. Cross, no jump right here. They're able to get back with the power geyser. No, they didn't have their jump. Like I said, you can't go low like that. They tried their best anyway.
Just not enough in the tank there for Moat to recover. 104 on Cross, but look at how clean his conversions are. Just off of a few small mistakes from Moat. He got a quick 69 onto Moat. Now 134. Pressuring, even on the recovery back to stage. Cross looking very clean right now. This is an edge guard. The reversal, the nair, that's going to do it. It's 3-1. Manhattan are one stock away from moving on to the semifinals, but Moat doing everything in his power to deny that with that first stock off the board.
Cross is looking unstoppable. Unstoppable force versus immovable object, but it's being pushed. Moat is being pushed away as they can't even last through that. Now you can see they're going for their clean, consistent confirmed landing there. What can you get off this ledge trap? No, not ready for the get up attack either. Oh my gosh, Soy, I can't believe how down to the wire this could be getting. If you're able to get this stock, then Moat could feasibly win this out, get us to a game 3, but with this back throw it might not happen. Cross, they are looking to take Manhattan all the way to the semifinals.
We dipped low. That's going to be a ledge re-grab. Moat's in a tricky spot. The down smash is going to connect, but it's not going to take the stock quite yet. He's at 133. Power dug to get back, and the jab, the rapid jab, that will do it. Manhattan take game 2. They take the overtime set, and they're headed to the semifinals.
Oh my gosh, you can see everyone's hands in the air. Everyone has been standing since before this game started. No one can sit down. We have to because our mics are down here, but are you kidding me? I cannot believe that Manhattan was able to clutch that out. Cross, the hero right there, 2 consecutive set wins to send Manhattan from being down at a point deficit under Iona to winning this out and going to the semifinals. Perfection right there.
What a moment for both of these teams. It was literally down to the wire on that second game, and it was Cross who came up in the clutch, and you can see the elation on their faces. That one was much closer than I bet they were expecting, but my goodness, Cross showing why he is such a threat for this team. He is another player for Manhattan that time and time again, Manhattan, they struggled all last season, but Cross was that bright spot, that shining light of this team, and he guided them to victory here today.
Yeah, that was honestly beautiful right there. But Iona had so many clutch moments. The way they opened up with an 8 stock. I just realized they beat the player who beat them in an 8 stock earlier on. Unbelievable showing right there from Manhattan College. Cross looking like one of these star players. Keep your eyes on this Robin for the rest of the MAAC.
Manhattan, they advance to the next round, but we are still waiting to see who they and Marist will play against. We've got 2 more sets coming up for you, and some heavy hitters at that coming up. It'll be
and there
interesting
are so
to see.
Many, there are so many heavy hitters. And Soy, we haven't even gotten to the top 2 seeds. Sienna and Quinnipiac are going to be facing off, and we have said that these teams don't look like they're going to be upset. However, their teams they're going up against, well, they have been looking on the come up. All of the MAAC, in general, all of the Northeast teams are so incredibly powerful.
all of these teams in the MAAC conference have really stepped up in a big way, in particular this season, and it has been exciting to watch. We got 2 more sets for you coming up. After this, we get to see one of those top 2 schools in this tournament, Quinnipiac. They'll be going up against Niagara after a little bit of an intermission. Don't touch that dial now. We're just getting started here at the MAAC.